become like the poster children for the black community. Like we have so much better examples in our community, and I see black men going out and doing shit like this, embarrassing us.
This is a person that don't believe it's black people in Alaska.
Hey, fuck you mean, nigga, mobbing this bitch? What the fuck you mean? I'm black, baby. OT ass nigga.
Hey, mobbing this bitch gangin'.
We don't claim you, nigga. Like, that's not the black in Alaska. That's the ghetto in Alaska. We don't claim that shit no more. Shit don't do nothing but damage our community. That ghetto shit, that shit is dead. That shit on the floor. We done with it. Just leave it in the past, bro. Real black excellence. We done with that shit.
Shout out to that young man. And shout out to all you young people who are walking away from that ghetto degenerate culture and who are speaking up against it. It's the culture of your parents. It's the culture of your grandparents. And I appreciate your strength. I appreciate you saying, no, we denounce that. It's not acceptable, because that reputation that you purvey is what you're going to have to live and die by. Your children are now suffering from that degenerate behavior that we produced in the 1980s, 1990s, 1970s, 1960s, early 2000s. Your children are now being convicted. Your children are now not being seen as perpetrators when they are truly victims. And I'm a shout out to all these young people who are tired of it. I'm tired of it for them. I appreciate it. I bet you won't call them coons. I bet you won't, because they outnumber your old butts. See, a lot of people want to maintain that same stereotypic view because they benefit from that. They like to name call people especially people who are more successful than them. Oh, you just bought off. You an agent. Somebody type agent in the chat room. Everybody say I'm an agent. Where's my check at? If I'm an agent, who's paying me? I don't think you all realize. First of all, let me give you all some context cues. I don't code switch. I come to the public and I speak to you the same way I speak to anybody else. I'm not in here, well, I don't know. See, I don't code switch. So what does that tell you about me? That tells me that I am not concerned about what people perceive me as. I'm going to tell it like it is. I work for myself. I don't need you. I don't want your money. I don't ask for your money. That you can't buy me because money is not something I'm interested in at this point in my life. I'm concerned about my legacy. And my legacy is centered around the truth. What did this man do on this planet? He brought truth. People are afraid of the black culture. He brought truth to the black culture to help it correct itself. He spoke truth. He was accurate. He did the research. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. And whether you like it or not, it don't matter to me, because I know that my children and your children are going to have to live in this culture, in this society. And we have an obligation to force it to change for the better. So you can't buy me. You don't have enough money to buy me. Money doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I've had enough of it. I was telling my son on Father's Day, I've had every car that I wanted to have. When the car wasn't available, I created the car. I've had all the beautiful, I have had a buffet of beautiful women. I don't want money. Had all the cars, had all the women I want, lived every place that I wanted to live. And so the only thing left for me to do is speak the truth and focus on my legacy and the well-being of my children. And God willing, I'll have some grandchildren. But they're going to live and die by that reputation. So ain't nothing you can do with me. People have tried over the past 5 years. Some angry black women mad at me because I was talking about twerking. And I was saying, hey, they're going to start targeting black women. You're going to be targeted and you're going to get ostracized. They said, oh, you don't like black women. Was I accurate? Did it get better or worse for black women over the past 2 or 3 years? Huh? Was I accurate? All my fellas, Mark the Freelancer, all my ICE lords who've been here. Tell these people what I've been saying for years, and you see it happening. I've been talking about the degenerate behavior of these young black boys for years. I've been putting videos up of me. This is how you treat your son. This is what you do with your son. You make him do this, make him do that. And many brothers have said, yeah, I'm going to go with what Uncle D say do. And it's worked for him. So you don't have to like what I say because I know what I'm telling you is the truth. I study history. I study society. I study social norms. I don't come on here unprepared. Even these conversations that I'm having, these videos discuss historically based. I'm not one of these convicts that come on here and hide behind the screen. You know my name, my phone number, my email address. You can Google me. See, I'm here for you. I'm not running. The last thing you should be listening to somebody who hides behind a screen. They don't have courage. Never listen to a coward. So that's where I'm at. But we got a couple more videos. Let's listen to a couple more videos and we'll keep it pushing.
Sign. Whoa. Don't get pissed off at me. Don't get mad at me. This is what they want. They have a problem with Asian people. They have a problem with Mexican people. They have a problem with white people. They have a problem with fucking everyone. If you're not black, they don't want to be around you. They don't give a shit about you. They think that you need to give them fucking everything. And if you fucking don't, then you're racist.
Family friendly, excuse the foul language, but you know, people, you know how it is. People express themselves with language like that. But
You're the problem. You're this, you're that, you're the third. Hell no. Let's give them what they want. Like I said, there's no bigger advocate for segregation more than black folk. I don't give a shit what you say about this video or how angry or what the fuck ever.
Listen.
Let's bring back the no black sign. Let's bring it back. They can shop in their local black stores. Oh, black-owned businesses that they keep burning down and everything like that. They fuck up their own communities. They're doing stupid shit all the time in their own communities. They're taking each other's lives at a significantly higher rate than anybody else. Okay, bet. Let's give them what they want because I don't understand. I don't understand. We want to be treated equal. You are. You're being held to a standard that is for everyone. But
have you all ever been called out? So a lot of black people say bring back segregation. Y'all remember, do y'all really want to live next to those people you moved away from in the ghetto? Black people, all the black people with your Mercedes Benz and your BMW and your Range Rover. Do you really want to move next to those black people again? Huh? Is that what you want? Let me give y'all some historical context. So you've heard of the first migration and the second migration. This is when black people moved out of the South. From about 1880 to about 1820-ish, more or less. Black folks, that was the first migration. The South had got bad, segregation had ended, Reconstruction had ended. White folk came back in and they was kicking butt. So we moved to places like Kansas. They always had enclaves of black people all around, but those new black people moved from the rural South. And so you had these enclaves of black people in places like Detroit and Los Angeles. And so you had these black people straight out the country ghetto black people shooting and killing and chickens in the front yard and all that. And you had these sophisticated black people like, damn, man, they moving us in here. Now, moving in here from these places. And so this is between 1800, 1880, 1920, more or less. And so those people were unacculturated, if you will. All right. And there's a gentleman named Thomas Sowell. The truth is, I've just been introduced to him about 4 or 5 years ago. I just saw some of his videos and then purchased some of his books. But he refers to it as unacculturated black people moving out of the South. And they came to these black enclaves in places like Los Angeles. And these folks was like, man, they are tearing this place up. More importantly, the white folk who had been accepting integration from what we'll call acculturated or sophisticated black folks say, no, all y'all need to go live together. And that's why segregation kicked back up in the 1920s and between the 1880s and the 1920s, because you had all these black folk cutting the fool and acting, coming up from places like Mississippi, Alabama, country is a brown egg, and they were tired of it. And so then that kind of subsided. And then World War II happened. So around about 1940, 1941, you had more black people moving to places like Los Angeles and these other cities because they needed manpower to come in and help them work on these in the war effort, building tanks, supplies, et cetera, et cetera. And so again, you had another influx of black people. They were saying, the black people in Los Angeles saying, you're gonna have 1,000 Negroes a week. 1,000, and where they gonna live? The white folk like, look, these are your people. We might have accepted you, but we're not gonna accept them. And so that's how segregation kicked back up again. We don't want you Negroes coming past Main Street. Okay, so you understand that all black people are going to suffer the degenerate behavior and experience it if we go back to segregation. You're going to have to live next to it. And we've been through this before, whether we're talking about the first migration between 1880 to 1920 and the second migration of black folks out of the South, unadulterated country, or we would call them ghetto black people coming up after the 1940s. We all get in there. We all have to suffer. And so when you start talking about we were better doing segregation, do you really want to live next to these people that you moved away from your old neighborhood? Do you want the crackheads from your old neighborhood to move forced? Do you want to be forced to move back to your old neighborhood? When you start, or do you want to have the freedom of moving around and living where you want to? I'm just saying. I'm just asking questions. Somebody type asking questions. Again, I'm asking questions. You don't have to like what I'm saying, but it's hard to hear from people like this, huh? It's hard to hear. But we've had to deal with that before, and it set us back decades, centuries, if you will. Okay, because we've always had sophisticated groups of black people in the in the United States, but every time we're forced to have to deal with the unadulterated ghetto neighbors, country neighbors, the cut up and act a fool, it brings us all down because they don't see us as separate. We all black, we all N-words. You see, we all degenerate behavior. Cops see you, he see them, he doesn't even see the difference. Same thing with trying to get a job, trying to get housing. They don't want to live next to that. It's a bad reputation. And you see what type of image we putting out there.